Hi guys, Thomas and Friends 47 here, and today we're taking a look at a very special item. This is the Thomas and Friends Plarail Storybook Thomas. And just take a look at the front of the packaging here. You can tell it's a special box. It doesn't have the windows that you would normally have to see the engine inside. Instead, they've decorated it with Railway Series illustrations and the 80th anniversary logo, and it makes it feel like a very special item in the collection, and that's because it is. Here on the side of the box, again, you'll see that nice Railway Series Thomas there. On the top, you have the logo there, the 80th anniversary logo, little 2D Thomas there, and of course this nice little blurb there that has some information about the engine. On the bottom of the box, we can see the detailed images with Annie and Clarabelle's faces, this nice Railway Series illustration, and then the Thomas legal information. I really love this Railway Series illustration right here. It's just so cool, looks amazing, and of course the Thomas and Friends information there. Here's the instructions that are included with it, really simple. And then here is the storybook part of the Storybook Thomas. So we can see here it has some great illustrations there from the Railway Series. We have Thomas and Henry there. I can't read the information there, but it's very interesting. We have Percy, Harold, and Edward. And I really like the mix of characters that they've included here too. There's some from that are very popular in the Railway Series, but also some that are more popular in the TV series like Diesel and Mavis. We have James, Bertie, and Trevor. And it's cool seeing the Railway Series illustrations of those. Then we have Toby, Scarloey, and Duncan. I really like how they've painted Duncan yellow there to match the TV series. I think that looks really nice. Bill, Ben, Duck, and of course Thomas's book there. And there's a look at the back. Very neat. Alright, now here's a look at Thomas out of the box. Let's take a closer look at this. So you'll see here that we have some great illustrations here. For the stickers. These are more of a paper-like material. They're not glossy, they're more flat color, and I like that because it gives it a more like a painting feel, like from the book kind of feel, and they've done a great job with that. And it's hard to tell, but this is actually a darker blue than the standard Thomas, and you'll see that here. So it's a little bit of a darker blue than the standard Plarail Thomas, and it looks better in person than it does on camera, I've noticed too. Alright, here's a look at the face, and they've done a great job here on the face. I think it looks absolutely amazing. We have the great details there. Unfortunately, they didn't paint the lamp irons or the part there in front that holds the smoke box, but, you know, that's okay. They did paint the buffers, though, and the coupling rod, which I appreciate. And you'll see the cab windows too. These are really detailed. They look just like the book, so they have a little bit of, they're not perfectly round, they look more like they've been painted, and I appreciate that. And you'll see there with the whistle too, it's styled like the Railway Series version. I think that's neat too. Here's the other side, and we can see again the great details there, and they have that nice white painted over it, so it gives kind of a glare look like the books do. Here's like the back, and it's kind of plain, but that's okay. Here's a look at the top and the bottom. Alright, next let's take a look at Annie, and they've done a great job on Annie and Clarabelle in this pack too. You can see here they have this nice gray stripe going through. It's kind of plain, but that's okay, the book version was. And these were bogey coaches in the books, but the way that they've styled it, it's more of like what we're used to from TV series. I actually really do appreciate that too. You'll see it's also a brighter orange than the standard Plarail coaches. Alright, you can see here too, they've done a great job with the face, and again, it's that paper sticker feel. So it doesn't give a glare or anything. And again, I really like the feel of that and the texture that it gives. Here's the other side. Here's the back. Here's a look at the top. You can see it's a nice light gray, just like the books, and the bottom. Alright, and then next up is Clarabelle, and pretty much it's the same coach, same mold and everything. Again, that nice gray stripe going through. Here's a look at the front. Here's a look at the other side. And then here's a look at the back, and I do appreciate that they gave us two different faces for Annie and Clarabelle, and this one she's kind of looking down. I think that's pretty cool, and you can see a difference in between the two faces there. Very nice. Here's a look at the roof, and again, same way, same light gray, and the bottom. Alright, now we're going to see how to put the batteries in. So on these, you're going to pull the wheels down, push the inside of the body shell. We're going to put the battery in. Always test it before putting it back together. And then you want to take and pull the wheels down and squeeze the battery shell back into place. There we go. Alright, so while this runs around on this little loop that I made with my custom Farquhar, I want to give my final thoughts on this engine. This is an amazing pack. If you don't get anything else in the 80th anniversary pack, and you're wanting, like, if you're wanting only one piece of merchandise from the 80th anniversary, I highly recommend this be that choice. It's absolutely perfect. It looks exactly like what you see in the Railway series. They just did such a great job on this pack, and it's just amazing to me that this exists. If you had asked me before these pictures came out, do you think Plarail will do anything Railway Series themed? I would have been like, no, absolutely not. I was not expecting any Railway Series merchandise at all. But Mattel and Tomy and Plarail, they've done a fantastic job this year. They've just blown it out of the park and just done a great job making these engines and cars that not only celebrate the legacy of Thomas, but also the future of the brand as well. It just looks absolutely amazing. I can't wait to see the customs that people are going to be able to make with this pack. I myself bought two, one to keep in packaging, one to run. I do plan on getting a few more for some ideas that I had for customs. But it's an amazing pack, and it's something we've been asking for years. And I feel like this year is the year that Mattel listened, right? Thomas fans for the last 5 years have been asking Mattel, posting on social media, talking with the company, and asking them to make better merchandise that's more realistic, that looks like what we saw on the show, and just items that we want. And then they're able to sell to adult collectors and younger engineers. It's a win-win, right? But this is a great pack. It's a great pack for all engineers, younger engineers, older engineers, and just everybody that is wanting to celebrate Thomas, celebrate the Railway series. This is a great way to do it, and I highly recommend it for your collection. Anyway, that's my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you all again very soon. Bye for now.